Since last more than 35 years, Prabhuji is involved in preaching the eternal message of Sanatana Dharma by being Krishna consciousness. Prabhuji has been guiding many youngsters and married couples in leading a Krishna conscious life. We welcome you, sir. You as to give us the knowledge about our two friends. So I request everyone to make the best of this session and please keep your cell phones on silent mode. Thank you. Hare Krishna.
ज्ञानतिमिरन्दस्य ज्ञानाञ्जनाशलाकाय चक्षुरुन्मिलितं तस्मै श्रीगुरुवे नमः। श्रीचैतन्यमनोभीष्टं स्थापितं येन भूतले स्वयं रूपा कदामह्यं ददाति स्वापदान्तिकम्। वन्देऽहं श्रीगुरो श्रीयुतापदकमलं श्रीगुरो वैष्णवांश्च रूपम् रघुनाथान्वितं तं सजीवं साद्वैतं सावधूतं परिजनासहितं कृष्ण चैतन्य देवं श्री राधा कृष्ण पादां सहगना ललिता श्री शाखान्वितं नमो विष्णुपदाय कृष्णप्रसाय भूतले श्रीमते भक्तिवेदान्त स्वामिने नामिने। नमस्ते सरस्वती देवे गौरवाणी प्रचारिणे निर्विशेष शून्यवादी पाश्चात्य देशतारिणे वंशाकल्पतरुभ्यश्च कृपा सिन्धुभ्यैव च पतितानां पावनेभ्यो वैष्णवेभ्यो नमो नमः। नमो महावदन्याय कृष्णप्रेमा प्रदायते कृष्णाय कृष्णचैतन्य नामिने गौरतिसे नमः। हे कृष्णा करुणा सिन्धु दीनबन्धु जगत्पते गोपेश गोपिका कान्त राधा कान्त नमोस्तुते। तप्त कांचन गौरांगी राधे वृंदावनेश्वरी वृषभानुसुते देवी प्रणमामि हरिप्रिये। श्री कृष्ण चैतन्य प्रभु नित्यानंद श्री अद्वैत गदाधर श्रीवासादि गौरभक्तवृंद। हरे कृष्णा 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 हरे 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 राम 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 हरे हरे। ठीक है, जरूरत नहीं जाने। हरे कृष्णा। So it's a great honor and privilege for me to be in the midst of all, what should I call you all? Chetana girls, young girls. Huh? So, for me, you all are new faces. I have not met you before. And I am also a stranger for you. So anyway, for that kind words, she introduced me. So today's topic is my real friend. Do I need to explain this? Of course, friend there is no need to explain, but real friend we need. It is very natural that we as human beings, we can't stay alone. Can you stay alone? Yeah, sometimes we need to stay alone because we are fed up of crowd and we are in the midst of so many. So then now I need a break, let me go and stay. But how long can you be like this? By nature, we are happy when we are among people, right? Huh? There is a saying in English, no person is an island, especially human. No, human is not an island. And what is the other you heard about? Man or woman is a social animal. Social. He likes to interact with people. There is no happiness when you are just alone. Even if you have achieved something, you are very successful, you have become famous, but you don't have anyone around you to share that joy. Will you be happy? Huh? So by nature, we need some type of a relationship. And friendship is one relationship. We need. Now, who is a friend? And what is the nature of the friendship here in this world, which you all have experienced in your childhood, school days, college days? So before I start my presentation, I will just give you an option. Suppose you have been told that you are the best of the things of this world which anyone can dream of is at the beck of your call. Everything is yours. But there is one condition. You are alone. So the other option is wherever you are now. Wherever you are now, the current situation, you are in this family with your parents, college, friends, and you have your own anxiety, own stress, own problems. Which one will you opt for? The first one or second one? Second one, you have a lot of tension, anxiety and all. You're not very happy. Yes, anyone opting for the first one? No one, right? So what does that mean? Even if you have all the amenities, all the wealth, all the facilities, all the things what anyone dreams of possessing, but you're alone. So that is why it's very natural that there is a mellow when we are with someone. So I am a poor substitute for today's presentation. It was Prem Lila Devi Dasi should have been here, but for some unfortunate reason she could not make it. So let us see how we can proceed. So before I discuss or speak about true friendship, I want to ask you, is there anyone of you want to speak about your experience as a friend you had in your school and you are still friendly? And how do you say that we are friendly? Is there anyone who wants to say? I'm sure you have friends, but till now you are still friendly. We daily talk. We may be in different profession or different colleges, but we share our experiences. है ऐसा? है कि नहीं? नहीं. You're very suspicious. बोलना है कि नहीं बोलना? I remember when I used to ask school children, some 6 or 8-year-old, I'll ask them, I'll ask them that which school you are in, which standard you are in. Tell me who is your best friend? And they will mention some name. And I'll have to ask the mother, कौन है वो? नहीं, वो हमारे बिल्डिंग का लड़का है, या तो फिर हम उसके स्कूल के क्लासमेट है. So I'll ask me, why is your best friend? Because he shares his toys with me. Or sometimes I get an answer that because he helps me in my homework. So that means because he does something for me, he is my friend. That means there is something someone does good to us, maybe some type of a sacrifice. We feel very much grateful, and there is a reciprocation. If that person has done something, you also, so there is a relationship. In that relationship, you can't explain what is the feeling you have. What is the feeling? Nice feeling? So true friendship goes a little more beyond. So there are some natures explained. When do you say there is a true friend? So you know that he or she is honest. I'm talking about honest. You have no doubts about when that person says something, he means it. I don't have to suspect. Maybe he's saying something, you want something, she wants something from me. Honest. So honesty in a relationship is one of the most important quality which can nurture a relationship among friends. Second is reason to stay strong in life. So each one of us, when there is a need, the other person is always there to help you. You heard this saying in English, the friend in need is friend indeed. What does that mean? Indeed means what? When there is real crisis or difficulty, that is the time a friend is there. And that is the time you know who is your real friend. A friend in the most difficult time, if he is there to help you, console you, support you, you know that this person is my friend. Naturally, in a relationship, then there is mutual affection. Affection is one type of care, a emotion where you care for that person. You would not like to see that person in any difficulty. It hurts you. When you see that person in difficulty, you feel it. So that shows that there is some type of a bonding, and there is no judgment. Even if you have committed some mistake or she has committed some mistake, you don't immediately judge to say that I knew you are like this, or you understand maybe. So there is no immediate judgment unless you have faith that this person may be something which can happen to anyone. There is a mistake. So these are all natures of a true friendship. So emotional difficulty is when you really feel that who can help me? I can open my heart to this person. I can share my deep secrets to this person. I have no question about this person going and revealing it to anyone, isn't it? Otherwise, will you open your heart to anyone? Will you tell you about that you did something very shameful? But if you have a real friend, you have sure that if I tell her, she will only give me some advice, encouragement to help me come out of it. How does that feel? Someone who is there like that in your life. Such a nice feeling, right? That's what is it. Human life means you need people who are there to understand you. Same thing, the nature, our nature, which we'll come to little later. Or later is we care to receive some affection from others. We want. Everyone wants it. Will you not like to have some type of a affection and love? How do you feel when you receive that? Same thing, you also would like to do that, right? You just doing it to others also. Have you experienced any time you did some selfless service to someone? You didn't expect anything. You just did because I felt like doing it. You didn't expect anything. There is nothing you expect that I will receive in return. You just did it because I felt like doing it. How did you feel when you do that? Right? I remember there was a very famous musician. So he said that yes, I do perform on stage and people pay for it and come and I also get paid. But sometimes I do it as a charity. No, I don't charge anything. I don't charge because it is for some good purpose. It is for the welfare of some. So When I do that, I'm not getting paid anything, but the joy what I get, the satisfaction what I get, so that is what is relationship where there is nothing expected other than just love, care, affection, understanding, non-judgmental, trustworthy. That is true friendship. Like to have a friend like that? Who will not like to have a friend like that, right? In that friendship, you are willing to face any problems in life. If there is any problem, you know that my friend is there with me. And together we will fight it out. We'll overcome this crisis. So, all situations in life, if there are friends with you whom you trust and who will always help you, you are willing to face any problems in life. And problems will come or not come in life. Everyone's life it will come. It is inevitable. So friendship becomes a good foundation. So those who don't have it, which is also very important, that if suddenly if I ask you, tell me who is your real friend? It's not that everyone can be a friend. But if you don't have even a single friend, that means there is some problem. I'm not saying that you should have many friends. It is not like that. Facebook likes. Are they friends? Just because they like, they're not necessarily friends. Friends is someone whom you have a deeper understanding and you experience that emotion of feeling dependent, longing to be with that person, exchanging experiences, revealing heart, exchanging gifts, and helping each other whenever that person needs. So it's always for the other person. So this is true friendship. Am I speaking anything which is, does it make sense? So this is in our day-to-day life, everyone is looking out for. Fair weather friends means when everything is nice going on, they are there with you, but when there is a difficulty or some inconvenience, they are not there. So who is your true friend is tested. It will be with you also with others. Are you there with that person when that person is in difficulty, or you are there when everything is okay going on? Any type of inconvenience to you, then you are not there, that you are not a true friend. Same thing, that friend is also not your real friend. When you need help, he is not there. So that means the relationship was only till I am okay and I am getting my, some type of a pleasure, I am there. But if there's any inconvenience, I'm sorry. Is that a friendship? So, but even if best of friendship, okay, before we talk about that, nurturing healthy relationship is to begin a relationship is easy. Oh, we are friends now. But to nurture that relationship, you know what is nurture? To nourish it. It blossoms, it grows. Then you become you know each other so well. So that also takes some time, right? It doesn't happen like this. So nurturing relationship, depending upon unique experiences in life, at what time, how did each of you help each other, that remains forever, that memory. So there is a feeling of gratitude for that person, what he has done when you needed and what you did it when they needed. So this is real nurturing, which takes time to develop. In the course of many years, there is a bondage. So social media is one which we think that, there is a, but it is a social media, no doubt, we are not against it, we are not against technology. But what it has done is, those who are close in the family, it takes them apart, and those who are far off, it brings them closer to you. So that is not a proper relationship. What are the qualities of a good friend? You want to name any qualities of a good friend? What, according to you, what is it? Anyone can just raise their arm and say that. I'm sure you all are into some type of a friendship. So what are the qualities? What do you expect? Yes? Anyone? Is it so difficult? Yeah. Caring. So you want that feeling that someone really cares for me. Anything else? Anyone wants to say?
Do not backstab.
Huh?
Do not backstab us.
Do not backstab us means you should not be betrayed. Betrayed means cheated, like you are, or you can say duplicity. You speak in front of me, but then behind my back, you speak something which hurts you like anything. If you what you are, you be right in front of me. No, why do you do that? Anything else? So these, huh? Trust. Trust. You have faith that this person is my well-wisher, and I can trust. I can reveal my secret. And what she says, I fully believe it. She would not mislead me. Because there is nothing else in that relationship other than just affection. Trust, yes. What else? You're really, there is one? Good advice. The person who's a well-wisher, he would always give you good advice. What decision you should take. Whether this is without any type of a motive. Just as a well-wisher, no, this is what, just like what a mother will do to a child. A friend can also play that role of that well-wisher. Someone raise their hand there up. Huh? Showing? So, like it's same as giving good advice, showing the right path, not misleading you. Not misleading you, right? Isn't it? Many times friends appear like friends, but they are into some type of a bad habit. But there is a saying that misery breeds company. So they want, okay, you also become like me. So then because of that motives, okay, nothing wrong, come on, it's okay. But you are not your good friend. It's misleading. Anything else? So many things. Wonderful. Thank you very much. Yes, say. Honesty, which, we just mentioned a few minutes back. Honesty. Trustworthy, honesty, they are all. So these are all qualities of a good friendship. You feeling nice? है क्या ऐसा friend होता है ऐसा? है? क्या it's illusory? Okay, well, let us see whether it's listens attentively. That means there are people who don't listen attentively, is it? That you can make out from the face, no? You are seriously speaking. Please, you know that what's happened. But from the face, you can know that that person's mind is somewhere else. You really feel nice about it. You feel you are disrespected. That means you don't care. What is empathy? What is compassion and what is empathy? Compassion is easy to understand. Oh, you feel bad for some person. Empathy is you feel that person what is going through. You feel. Compassion is you feel, oh, I'm sad that this has happened. But empathy is you really feel what that person needs explanation. This celebrates your success. A real friend is when you are successful, she is more happier than you. Possible? Not possible, no? Possible. Real friend, because that friend has no other type of feelings. When the other person is so proud, my friend did so well. If you are not truly a friend, why her? Why not me? I should have got it, that recognition. I should have achieved this. I should have been successful. Even if in the front you say, oh, okay, but inside you are not so happy, that means we are not real friend. So one who celebrates your success is proud when you achieve something. That is. But same goes from, if that person you expect that, so from you also it is the same, right? That's real friendship. Provides a shoulder to lean on. When you have difficulties, you take shelter of that person to hears and give you proper advice. So these are many aspects of, as a friendship is there. Accepts you the way you are. It's not that a friend is trying to change you. Of course, there may be some reason where you are, which is very destructive to you. So she will make all her efforts to change you. But otherwise, something which is acceptable, no problem. But you are still my friend. I know there are some things which is not good, but you are my friend. How to build a healthy relationship? Yes, we all should be very approachable. It is not that you are not easily approachable, so you can't develop a friendship. And then effective communication. This is one of the very important aspects for a relationship will not last if there is no proper communication. Some communications which you think that you have done but you are not, then it spoils the relationship. It is not necessary that common interest makes a good relationship. Like we both like to watch movies, not necessary that is good friendship. Because these things are not a very stable thing. Supportive and respective behavior doesn't need an explanation, right? So these are all interconnected. So when you look at each other, if these emotions are there, these qualities are there, feelings are there, that relationship is long lasting. But then we know the nature of friendship. It is not so easy to maintain. Here it is mentioned regular communication, not necessary. Even if you are not communicating for months together, still there can be good friendship. We are not spoken for many, but in our heart we know each other very well. But regular communication helps it, quality time, resolving conflicts, acceptance and understanding. So these are all things to learn how to maintain. It is easy to develop a relationship, friendship, but same time, if you are not very careful, you can break a relationship if you are not very careful. So now comes the most important topic is, who is the most faithful friend? There is no secret, right, in this? So why it is said that no matter how strong your relationship is, it is an experience that the things of this world keep changing. You see, you were friends in school, but are you still? You have dispersed, no? They have gone to some different college and they are gone. So the nature of this world is nothing remains here stable, keeps changing. Even if you are in close proximity, your relationship is good, but in the course of time, sweet relationship can become bitter. Because that's the nature of this world. Maybe some communication, some misunderstanding, and good friends can become worse enemies. Why worse enemies? The more you're close, the more it is painful when there is a misunderstanding. Right? The more intimate you are, because more you are expecting. You don't mind any person in the road, some rickshawala, someone he gives some bad words or something, you don't care because you have no relationship. But the person with whom you have a relationship, and if there is some type of a misunderstanding, the pain is less or more? It is more, because more intense it is. So when it is torn apart, it is more painful because it was like this. And now when it is taken out, it is painful. So this is the nature of the relationship in this world. I'm not saying friendship is a must, we need, but then also we should know the relationship of this world by nature. Sweetness becomes into bitterness, and even if it lasts long, it is not forever. What happens? At one time it is going to discontinue. When? When it will discontinue? We are not here forever. No? This body is going to perish. So at the time of death, gone. So even if it is a good relationship, it is not forever. So then what is there forever? So for that we need to understand that material friendship, to some extent it is only up to the bodily level, some type of some emotional exchanges, care, concern. But we are not just this body. We are a subtle mind and we also are a soul. If in that relationship all these things are not addressed, that relationship is very fragile. It is like the foundation is always unstable, anytime it can. But a relationship where it is addressing the soul, the mind, and the body, that relationship. So Krishna in Bhagavad Gita says that he is our best friend. Of all the friends, now how do you understand he is the best friend? Because we are all part and parcel of him. We may forget him. We may disobey him. But does he forget? Is there any friend like that he will come with us? Even if you turn our face away from him, but he is there with you throughout your journey. Whatever species of life you go through, he is there just waiting because he loves us. Now that type of a relationship if we develop in this life, does it mean that other relationship will have to give up? Once you develop this relationship, it is very natural that you will get connected to all people. Even people who don't like you, you will still be friendly with them. They may not like you. You can't be friendly with someone who are not friendly with you. Those who are friendly with you are friendly, but those who are not friendly with you, can you be friends? But this is a higher dimension of friendship where you are deriving that strength from that friend who is eternal, and in that relationship you see all others, irrespective of who they are, you see them equally and you have the same feelings for everyone. So that relationship is not temporary. That goes beyond time, space, and the physical nature. So what we are, after speaking about this mundane material relationship, which is at one level needed, but the real relationship is eventually with that Supreme Lord who says in Gita, Bhoktaram Yagya Tapasam Sarva Loka Maheshwaram Surudam Sarva Bhutanam. Surudam means I am also friend to everyone. Does he say only friend to Indians? Everyone. So this universal God, which in Vedic tradition is called Krishna, means all attractive. So he is a person. And we have, every one of us have a relationship. Only difference is someone remembers, someone established, someone have forgotten. So the goal of human life is to re-establish that relationship. And once that is re-established, to develop friendly relationship with others becomes easy. Otherwise, relationship, all these questions comes, that suspicion, that doubts about being exploited, we want to be defensive, we want to protect ourselves. But when we are sure about our relationship with Krishna, other relationship is natural. So, one who has So I will just tell you one interesting story about, it's a real life story about how a person who has a relationship with Krishna, how he becomes an instrument to connect others and how he can extract that type of emotion from others also whom he comes in touch. So there's a nice real life incident which happened many years back. You all are familiar with the temple here. You know, there is also an ashram called Brahmachari Ashram. So in a Brahmachari Ashram is those people who they want to dedicate completely their life in service to Krishna, and they expand their family to the whole world, society here. They just don't limit themselves to just their immediate family members. They make the Samaj as a family, and they want to use their ability for serving them. So there are very few of them, they dedicate their life. They have the choice. Either they can be working, earning, living a comfortable life, but then they decide that I want to serve larger society, so they dedicate their life. So once it so happened that one person, very educated, salary from a very cultured family, only son. So he decides that I want to become a monk. So what will be the reaction of the family members? What do you think? Obviously they become very furious. No? Who will take care of us? We have done so much. So he joined the ashram. So the family members, they came. The father was holding a very high position, a very responsible position in the government sector, and his mother came, and always in a family there is an uncle. No? Uncle is the one who makes most of the, how can my nephew do this? I am the one, I will decide. So they all came and met the leader of the ashram, who also was a monk. They said, just release our son. We want him back. So this leader, he said that we are not holding on anywhere here. He has the freedom to go, even if he wants to become a householder, he wants to get married. We have all our blessings for him. But he makes a choice that he wants to follow in the footsteps of all the saintly people in this world, especially in India, like Madhvacharya, Shankaracharya, Ramanujacharya. He wants to follow in their footsteps. Why should we come in the way? It's his choice. He is going to do a better service. But they could not understand because they are very attached to their, such a qualified person. So they went very upset and very angry. So it so happened that very soon, another 1 or 2 years, this uncle was very angry and he was not at all happy with that. Even after saying that we are not holding on, it's his choice, your nephew's choice. So very soon he was affected by a terminal disease, cancer. So now this young brahmachari nephew, he was there always available for me in that state. He was sick now, so he would daily go to him. He would read, he would tell him, he will enlighten him why this has happened to you. So this way this went on for 1 year. And after 1 year, the senior leader of the ashram, he told him that I would like you also to come and meet him. The one who was 2 years back, he was very angry and he was very furious. So this time the leader went along with this young boy who has joined the ashram to see this person, and he's seeing him after 2 years. Now what he saw that time, he was very healthy and now he was bedridden and emaciated. So when his uncle, he saw this leader whom he had strong argument, so this time he said, "This my nephew, he is my real friend." My family members, they are just crying that, there's nothing. He is the one who daily comes and reads to me, tells me about who is Krishna, what is your relationship, who is your real friend. So he has enlightened me. He is my real friend. So friendship is not just based on material body and taking care of each other's needs. Friendship is something which connects you to some eternal type of relationship, because that goes beyond death. So even though he was in the most difficult situation in life, but he was praising his nephew, which he was very angry one time. Wasn't he angry? So this is the nature of real friendship, because this young brahmachari was representing Krishna's love. He had full feelings. So he was an instrument to connect that Surudham Bhutanam, what Krishna says, I am friend. So that friendly feeling he was giving it to those whom he was coming in contact with, and that was his uncle, who was in the most difficult time of his life. So this is the big difference of when we talk about friendship. So you hold on to what is real friendship, and then you become an instrument to others. That is real friendship. No one asked who it was. So he was that time a brahmachari. His name was Devamrit Prabhu. This was in Radha Gopinath Mandir. And now he is the one who is leading this temple, His Holiness Bhakti Rasamrit Swami Maharaj, who addressed you a few weeks back on the topic of wonders of faith, you all. So he is our real friend, because he is connected to Krishna. So in this presentation about who is our friend, we went through our mundane material friendship. No doubt that is needed. You cannot stay alone. But that is superficial. It is not complete unless you have understanding about who is your real friend. The one who is there in all situations. He is coming with us as Paramatma in all difficult situations. But he doesn't force us. He is just waiting that when we will use our free will properly and turn our face towards him, he is waiting. Even now he is waiting, right? He is waiting. In all temples he is waiting. When will we come in front of him? And because that's what is real friendship. So there are such stories are there. Even when there is differences, there was one case many years back. There were two devotees. They're all sincere devotees, but then they used to not like each other. It's possible devotees also can't like each other. There's nothing common. So you can see that in her face you can see that, oh, I think she is not very comfortable with me. And you also feel that this is not the place I would be in. I'll not be there. I have nothing to do with this person. I would run away from here. But one thing between them, and that common was service to Krishna. So there was no other person, so they had to do it together. Whatever they were doing service, milking cow, trimming the cow dung, brushing the cow, serving in the temple. So you will be very amazed that even if we have no proper relationship, but then you are doing service together, it is just a question of time that all the differences, all the conflicts, they get resolved, and the same two people became best of friends. One time it was hatred because Krishna was in the center and they were serving, that transformed to a good relationship where they started becoming proud of the other person's success this person will become very proud. Means you celebrate the other person's joy. So this is the difference between a material type of a relationship, which I told you doesn't last long. Even if it lasts long, at the time of death, everything perishes. And many times, some misunderstanding, friends become worse enemies. But the one relationship which is very, very stable is if there is the real friend in the center. And that real friend is Krishna. Krishna is the one who he is there in each and everyone's heart. So human life is meant to develop that forgotten relationship. That is perfection of life. That is perfection of relationship. That is perfection of friendship. And in that friendship comes, we become happy, and we can be an instrument for that same nature of happiness and joy to whoever we come in contact with. So a prime responsibility in our life is to first to we become what we should be. Then it is very natural. Otherwise we will be only expecting that why this person is not like this, the way I want. That's very difficult. So, but we can change ourselves. We have control to change ourselves, but we can't change. So if any relationship has to survive, this is the most primemost thing about to understand who is Krishna and what is our relationship and what is real friendship, what is real relationship. It's okay? So of course the example is given about, I already spoke, that in all species he is with us. So when we say about and the relationship of Krishna is not bound by any type of time. So it is always fresh and it goes beyond this material existence. It is forever. It is never becomes bitter. The sweetness is Nava Yavana, means every time the sweetness will go on. This is what is the relationship there in the spiritual world. And this is material world. And here it is a reflection. So in a reflection, you have some type of, little type of this which we are looking out for in different relationship. For example, mother and child, it's one of the highest relationship, right? But that also relationship in the course of time doesn't remain. No? It also becomes bitter. The expectation is there and it is not, and plus your attention gets dispersed. Now your attention is to, if the son loves his mother, but once he gets married, it's not that the same type of relationship is there. So that's material. But spiritual relationship goes far beyond. So our whole purpose of seeing who is our real friend is eventually it is Krishna is our real friend. So there are some, so it is not just how do we develop Krishna with, why should I develop friendship with Krishna? For that we need to know who is Krishna. For that we need to know from scriptures. Suppose if I want to know, suppose you want to know about her, that what is her likings and what she like. Unless she speaks to you, you will not know. Or maybe she is writing some diary somewhere, she writes down. Then you know that, oh, these are all likings. So if I want to develop a relationship, I should know what is it. So similarly, scriptures are the one which reveals to us about who is Krishna, what is his nature, what are his qualities, what is our relationship, what is he expecting from us. Not that we just go and keep asking from him. That he anyway is giving us. But what is he wants us from? That is relationship. A relationship where you are asking something, that is not, that's a business, I want something. So one of the example of a real friend is again, we cannot forget about Srila Prabhupada, isn't it? At the age of 69 years, old. No one leaves the country, but he had that strong desire that he wanted to be the instrument to make others know about who is their real friend. So he went to the Western world and he met people who are completely in ignorance, intoxicated, but he never discarded them because he saw that they are also part and parcel of the same Krishna whom he has love for. So this is how this ISKCON movement flourished all over the world. So Prabhupada's story is very fascinating. Many of you know about it. So one sense, he is one of the best ambassador carrying the love of Krishna to all over the world. So his formula was very simple. He just said, keep good, the way you are here all together, keep good company, good sangha. And to keep our consciousness pure, you chant the holy name. So it purifies your consciousness. And already we are so much contaminated, so don't put anything which is impure into your consciousness by selecting what type of things you eat. And reading, wasting time reading things which has not much value. If you use your God-given intelligence to read some subjects which will nurture your relationship with the real friend who Krishna is, your life becomes perfect and glorious. And then you, when you connect with your friends, whoever, friends, that relationship will blossom into perfect relationship. So this is the mystery of what is real friendship. So there are many stories like that, where one of the famous stories is from Mahabharata, Dhritarashtra and Vidura. Right? Vidura was insulted. Duryodhan just kicked him off. He abused him. You said you are a mistress's son, you have no right to stay here. Just get out from here. And Dhritarashtra kept quiet. But what did Vidura do when the right time came? He came back again when the time was there, and he came and preached his brother. Because he knew what is good for his brother, even though his brother was not nice with him. So this is friendship, where he only thinks about the welfare of others. Too idealistic, it sounds difficult. Yes, at this stage it is difficult, but we are so much self-centered about ourselves. The degree we are more self-centered, to that degree we will be unhappy in life. The degree we become more to help others, to that degree you will feel more content and satisfied in life. Because the Lord Krishna is like that, He is always giving. He is giving. The more in giving, there is more you receive. Okay? So A is association, B is books, C is chanting. Just to remember, if you forget anything, oh, these are the things I should apply in my life, and this will help me in going forward. Okay? So here we stop. To summarize, we began our discussion saying that we all need friend. We cannot. I said no man can be an island. No man, no woman can be an island. I gave you the option about which one all of you opted for. No, I better be like this. Even if you have some problems with others, I don't want to be a person alone in this world and I am the master and the controller and owner of everything, but it has got. So we need people around us. We need relationship, because that is the nature. That is the nature of the soul. But then we told you about material relationship. Yes, it is good, but it has its own weaknesses, because it is not stable. Anytime it can change, and the sweetness can turn into bitterness. And even if it lasts till you live long, but at the time of death it goes. Then what is real eternal relationship? That is with Lord Krishna. He is our real well-wisher. He is our real someone who really cares, and He is always with us within our heart as Paramatma. And if we develop that relationship, it is very automatic that all other relationship with your neighbors, your friends, your classmates, you will be easily connecting because you have that energy, because you are holding on to the source of all relationship, the source of all pleasure. So this is a secret, not secret. Mysterious, not mysterious, open secret which is revealed to us from scriptures, and human life is meant specially for re-establishing that relationship. There is no other goal in life other than this. All other things are secondaries, but they should be aligned to this goal. Whether you are a student, or you are a professional, or you are a housewife, or you are whatever position you are in, you have to do your responsibilities, but you are not connected to this, your life will be very superficial, sometimes high, sometimes low, and the moods will keep changing. So with this talk, I will stop here, and if there is any question, I will invite, we can answer on this subject. So everyone is.
I have a question. Like once we experience betrayal or anything in life regarding friendship, it becomes difficult to trust a new person as a friend, especially in devotion. Like I'm a new person in devotion. Like I see everyone is so like humble, they are sweet, but it becomes difficult, to trust them again, start friendly, conversation and all. How to overcome that?
You heard a question that, what is that, once bitten, twice shy, is it? Something like that, no? Yeah. जो व्हाट इज दैट, हिंदी में सेइंग है ना, एक बार वो गरम दूध से मुंह जल गया, जला हुआ वो छाछ को भी. So she's saying, I experienced one type of a betrayal, something, whatever. So now I'm suspicious of any type of developing any relationship, isn't it? Yeah. So yeah. So if you know what is a real friendship or relationship, if you know, you are well versed. Yeah, you are right. There is nothing wrong in being cautious. We are not fools, just to be naive and get into any type. Yes, once you are cheated or betrayed, you have to be cautious. But then it is your choice whom you select, whom you find out. It is not that immediately you become. It takes time to know each other. But just because there was one person who did that doesn't mean that everyone is like that. There will be always some person, if you are sincerely looking out for, you will find it. It is always there. Okay?
Anyone? Any questions?
Hare Krishna. You have mentioned actually accepting the person as they are, accepting the person how they are. I always feel doubtful in this statement because accepting them, because I don't understand how exactly I should understand it. Like accepting the person how they are as it is, which means few things like we know they are making mistakes and we wanted to change that, and we want them to make a right path for them. And accepting them as it is, I always have confusion between these two. Can you
So,
help me understand this?
you all heard the question. It's a very important question, that how do we accept the person, even if person is not very appealing to your mind, you dislike, but still how do we accept? So we should know that why does a person behave like that? If we go to the root cause of that, everyone has his some nature which he has carried, and it is not the person to be blamed for. It is some nature which is carrying makes that person behave like that. So you have no control to change the person. You have no control. So you accept it the way he is, but then you inspire that person by your own example. You can do that. That control you have. So you inspire that person by your own example, but same time, you don't forcefully try to advise or correct, because that doesn't work. That only spoils. Now this depends upon, you already have a relationship, but then there are some things which you feel which is not acceptable. So but still you accept it with this higher purpose that I can give my association with good example, and then that person will change. So that is what it means, that accept the way the person is. And our experience is that in this type of things, a lot of transformation has occurred, where a person really suddenly realizes that in spite of I am not being very nice, this person has never ever tried to criticize me or try to punish me, or so that gratitude, that person transforms to become a good friend, and the relationship blossoms from there. Yeah, it's a big austerity, but then the one who does that, he grows more stronger than if he doesn't do that. So is it okay? Yes, it is challenging. It is easy to say, but then same time, if you know what is the purpose and what are you relishing, if you are fully content and satisfied, then it is very easy for you to do it. But if you are yourself very disturbed and in anxiety, then then these questions will keep on coming in your mind. Why should I accept? Why should I be the one to be facing all this problem? But someone who is I gave you the example of Vidura. Vidura was insulted and his brother didn't stop his son from doing that. But he never kept any grudge. He never had any type of a revengeful that I will go and now I will show him, he just went with the same feeling, that because he was deriving nourishment for something higher. So he was deriving nourishment and he could not see him suffering. So you can't see him suffering, that doesn't mean he is suffering, because he is deriving something, and because he was deriving something higher, so he could not tolerate he is suffering, so he wanted to give him the best. So he had the courage to go and talk to him again and show him real friendship. So he was not judgmental, he accepted the way he was, but he corrected him. So that needs real relationship. So this is a very big subject, and thank you for all your wonderful questions. If you have time, or we will stop here if there is. Yes.
कभी कभी ऐसे होता है कि जैसे हम लोग कॉलेज वगैरह में जाते हैं, स्कूल वगैरह में, तो हम ऐसे फ्रेंड्स हमें चूज करना है जो हमारे लाइकिंग हो, हमारी तरह सोच हो। पर कभी कभी ऐसे दोस्त हमें मिलते हैं जो उनके हिसाब से हमें करना होता है, जैसे पीयर प्रेशर, उनके हिसाब से ही करनी है चीज़ें। मतलब हमें पता है कि ये चीज़ गलत है जो कर रहे हैं, और हमें मतलब फोकस कैसे बनाए रखें हम अपने रियल फ्रेंड्स चूज करने में।
One thing, you all heard this question, what is she said, out because of peer pressure. Pressure is there, and in your heart you know that this is wrong, but because of pressure, otherwise you will not be accepted.
सब लोग एक ही बात पे जा रहे हैं, ऐसे कभी कभी हो जाता है कि आप अकेले एक तरफ पे जाते हो।
So this every one of us you will face. Those who have opted for some principles in life that I want to follow this. But then there will be some people who will first come and make fun of you. They'll criticize you. They'll say you are gone mad, you are crazy. Huh? And they will invite you for their way of life. Why don't you come? So what do you do that time? Because in your heart you know. And if you say no to them, अरे they will feel bad. So मेरा relationship चला जाएगा. But then if you are honest, and you say that, see, I have accepted some principles in my life, and I want to follow that and I do it, and I don't want to waste my time in some things which is not going to help me in what I have believed and accepted it, and I want to carry. So I'm sorry, I will not be able to join you. I will be not able to participate in this. Please forgive me because I am little serious and I have to finish that. Whatever, I want to do this, so I will not be able. They may go in little, very upset mood. But when they see that repeatedly, that you are quite serious about what you are speaking, the same people will come and respect you. In the beginning, but then if you are not very strong, and if you say, oh, how can I refuse, how can I resist, then you come under peer pressure. And the same people, when they are in difficulty, they'll come to you for help. Because they will trust you more than any of their so-called friends who are there with them and who are with the way they are. Because in their heart they know that they can't help me. If I need help, I'll have to go to her. Because she is quite fixed in her, she will help. ठीक है? So ये challenges हर एक को face करना पड़ेगा. But then you have to be honest. You have to be honestly say that, yes. And you stick to your honesty, yes, you are doing that. सच है ना? But इज्जत से पेश करो. Don't undermine that problem that you people are nonsense, तुम लोग माया में है, तुम लोग तो नरक में जाओगे. ऐसा कोई बोलते हैं क्या? No, we don't say anything that we are your well-wishers. But you speak into that, I have accepted. I have something in my life, I have chosen. And for that I need to give enough time. So now this time I have to use that time for this. So I'll not be able to come here. So that means you're very respectful, no? Are you not respectful? You're not condemning anything. But same time, in the course of, you will gain their trust. So this will happen. For that, you need to be strong. And this way you can help many people. And if you have to help someone who is drowning, you have to be a good swimmer, no? If you really care for I care for my this, I know that I want to help her, but you yourself are not strong, then how can you help? Someone is drowning and you don't know to swim and you go to save that person who is drowning, what will happen? Both will drown, no? Both will drown. So if you really want to help people, then yes, we take responsibility that let me first hold on strongly and then I'll go out and then I can help many, many people. So this is what is the power of spirituality, power of spiritual life. We are not saying anything to be given up. Only thing, you remain connected properly. And in that, you do your responsibilities as student, whatever, wherever you are, but remain connected. If you're not connected, then you will be blown away because the wave outside of material energy is very strong. No one can resist. But if you have some higher taste, it is easy to give up lower taste, no? Is it a difficulty? So Krishna is encouraging us in Gita that please develop higher taste. Lower taste is there. But you develop higher taste, lower taste, automatically will go. Right? Automatically. Not only it will go, you will have feelings for others. You will not say that, भाड़ में जाने दो लोग, इनको कुछ नहीं होगा. But you will have feelings. You will be always their friend because you are representing Krishna as a real friend. So you will connect them what you are receiving from Krishna. The example I gave about that brahmachari, how he transformed his uncle's heart, was so critical one time. But he said, now he is my friend. Because he could perceive Krishna's loving feelings. So this is the opportunity we all have in this human life. The short span of human life. There's not much time. So we utilize our time nicely and relish, experience, and then share with others. Without giving up anything, wherever you are, you remain there. You excel as students. But same time, don't deprive yourself of your birthright. As a human, this is your right. Don't get carried away by the false propaganda of giving all this false type of this is it, this is real, this is real. Everything appears real, which is actually illusory. It just gives you some false hopes that I will be happy. It just stops. As soon as you go closer, you'll realize that, oh, this doesn't give me happy. Hare Krishna. Thank you. So I thank each and every one of you for taking your